Welcome to Global Morning.
The death toll from flooding.
Most time our politicians just bring in policies too, for sure.
Incidentally, we have several more stories.
The legislature was carefully crafted to
22.2% inflation rate as of April this year. What does that say about where we are as a country?
I think Nigeria has resorted to being resilient.
Before you call a police station, before they even leave, they'll take permission from
I don't think there's really anything on ground to improve.
the struggle, the ASIS strike.
You have done your work and put us to the wall. We are not your slaves. I'm not a small boy. You should have given me the report. I have not seen the report.
Welcome to Global Morning.
The death toll from flooding.
Most time our politicians just bring in policies too, for sure.
Incidentally, we have several more stories.
the legislature was carefully crafted to
22.2% inflation rate as of April this year. What does that say about where we are as a country?
I think Nigeria has resorted to being resilient.
Before you call a police station, before they even leave, they'll take permission from
I don't think there's really anything on ground to improve.
the struggle, the ASIS strike.
You have done your work and put us to the wall. We are not your slaves. I'm not a small boy. You should have given me the report. I have not seen the report.
Welcome to Global Morning.
The death toll from flooding.
Most time our politicians just bring in policies too, for sure.
Incidentally, we have several more stories.
the legislature was carefully crafted to
22.2% inflation rate as of April this year. What does that say about where we are as a country?
I think Nigeria has resorted to being resilient.
Before you call a police station, before they even leave, they'll take permission from
I don't think there's really anything on ground to improve.
the struggle, the ASIS strike.
You have done your work and put us to the wall. We are not your slaves. I'm not a small boy. You should have given me the report. I have not seen the report.
Welcome to Global Morning.
The death toll from flooding.
Most time our politicians just bring in policies too, for sure.
Incidentally, we have several more stories.
the legislature was carefully crafted to
22.2% inflation rate as of April.
Good morning and welcome to Africa's Finest Breakfast Show. It's Global Morning on Global Television. My name is Anthony Momodi, welcoming to the 4th day of March 2024. And we're so excited to be in your lives and TV sets. Good morning, Juma. How are you doing?
Good morning, Anthony Momodun, and to all of you out there. How you all doing? It's a beautiful Monday morning, and yes, it is a money-making Monday, like I always say. And it's great to be here. How was your weekend?
It's mixed feelings. it was great. Then it looked like the things, the money has a way of disappearing.
What?
1 minute you feel like you have so much, next minute it disappears.
Oh.
Where are you?
I think I'm trying.
On the lighter side, it was fine, but sad for sports fans. As there was the biggest derby in world football. We had Man City take on Man United, and we were whipped silly 3-1. It's just
Not
hard
surprised.
to stomach.
Not surprised.
Oh boy.
Not surprised at all.
But it was interesting in Nigeria. Lots of things are happening on the national scale. Looking at a very big calls being made by our lawmakers. One of them being the fact that there's a bill trying to technically try to not allow some part of the country, present presidential candidates for 2027. Politicians, they have a way of always looking
For
forward
excuses.
already. We're in 2024 and they're looking at 2027.
Well, we're not done with 2024 yet.
You can imagine they're talking about the Northwest and also the Southwest and the South not producing, likely not to produce, presidential candidates because the new bill which they're trying to push forward, where they're going to insert some section 2, 3, and 4, then 6, 7, saying any region of the country that has produced a presidential candidate
multiple times
the past will not be allowed. But technically, I think it's also good because it gives room for every region of the country to have their own presidential candidates put forward once you've produced and you've done 2 terms, you have to wait till all the regions get a fair share before. So I think it's fair enough.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a step in the right direction. So every region will have a chance to lead, which is very important. Different leadership. Let's see how we are. Exactly. There's unity in diversity, they say. So let's see how everyone comes together in different points and see how well they lead.
I think it will create some bit of harmony and peaceful coexistence. When
yes,
you know
it does.
that, okay, in the next few years, it's going to be our turn to take a shot at the presidency. And also, especially for the people of the Southeast,
yes,
it's very important for them because they've never had the chance to call the shots. Well, it's going to be interesting because last week we spoke with the Northern Elders Forum, the head of Information and Public Affairs, when he was saying that in the Southeast people do not know how to lobby to make other side of the nation join them. Because they're very... he put it in such a way that you cannot count, you're not sure what they're going to do next. So people are kind of skeptical about. I think if this bill says true, it's going to solve that riddle. It will,
and I think it will not be easy because a particular set of region have been ruling the country. But at the long run, I think it will all play out really, really well.
All right, we're still giving you some things that are playing out over the weekend. We had lots of talk. We also have the Commonwealth former Secretary General in the person of Chief Emeka Nyaku, who made some very interesting comments over the weekend where he said he thinks the Nigerian Constitution, still talking about this same Constitution, needs to be rejigged because he says the Constitution does not tell you what our founding fathers wanted and it cannot solve the issue of insecurity, the poverty and everything.
Yes, the economic hardship.
Going through, and also made comments about the sit-at-home syndrome.
Oh, yes, the iPod.
The key thing is if they release Nnamdi Kanu, that will help solve that issue of sit-at-home.
Well, most people beg to differ about the release of Nnamdi Kanu, but let's just see how well that plays in that he is a threat when it comes to terrorism and all of that, because, of course, he's the one instigating all of these iPod, in quotes, sit-at-home order and all of that. But let's just see. Well, let's see how it plays out, really, basically.
Well, I think if we take Chief Emeka Nyaku seriously, if what he's saying can be counted upon, then I think Justice Binta Nyaku, who is the judge taking charge of that case, might have to make a very strong call for the sake. I think it's going to be a tight one for her, because now she'll be looking at, okay, if I make this call on behalf of the Southeast people and free this man, if things, he jumped bail once.
Yes, he did, when he flew out of the country.
That's a very strong stain.
So
she'll be causing me to, okay, if I allow, but the court has said free him before, so if I allow that happen, would it bring peace to the people of Southeast? Probably it might, because I think he might have also learned his lessons. Being behind bars is not... It's a funny episode. If you've been there for 24 hours, you would not want to. You know what it feels like.
I've not been there, so you tell me. Have you had any experience?
Okay, this is technically
okay.
Asking me, are you behind bars? Okay, you get to find that. No, but
on a lighter note, though.
No, but just to get locked up in a room for one full day, you just have a good idea.
Okay, now you're clarifying yourself.
No, but it's. Being behind bars doesn't necessarily mean
okay. Wink, wink, right?
So if on the lighter note, what Kanu has gone through, I think he would not want to go back there. So he would probably straighten his cause or probably do it in a better manner. And so let's see if Justice Nyaku, I think March 19 or so, should be making the
set
call
date,
whether
of course.
the bail should be granted bail or not. So let's see how that plays out.
Okay.
You have some other issues. Why I know you've got something for us, but just to also let you know that it's also very getting more difficult for those who want to write the International English Language Testing System.
Yes.
As the British Council Nigeria has said, they've already tossed the prices up again. This is making it really difficult for those that want to jackpot issues.
Like, we're talking about hundreds of thousands now.
Yeah, no, 300,000 plus is what they're calling. So it means this is the second time they're jacking up the price in 2024.
Yeah, it's due to the economic restraints in which we have, so it has actually affected it also.
Exchange of currency.
Yes, it has.
So it tells you it's going to be more difficult for Nigerians, but like we already know, it's the wealthy ones that make that move to want to write to the IELTS, talking about the International English Language Testing System. So the different prices have been already given. So second time around, so not easy for Nigerians either way.
Not easy. And then another story here is about the looting of warehouse that happened in various parts in the FCT. And of course, it happened, at the NEMA warehouse. NEMA, yes. Okay, warehouse.
The National Management Agency,
Yes, exactly. And then the thing is, you can see that the hardship is really biting in that individuals. Now, some residents of the Federal Capital Territory on Sunday looted a warehouse reportedly belonging to the National Emergency Management Agency of Nigeria over the current economic hardship in the country.
Did they just go in, loot it, or it was open and some officials were taking their share and the people decided to help themselves? Or like my friend will always say, in local parlance, they send me, I can't send myself.
Oh my goodness.
so like, was it a case of, because I don't think they would have just, I want to believe the warehouse is locked,
security tight,
locked, so they wouldn't just go break it. Something might have led for them to now have access and decide to loot. But also, like you rightly pointed, it tells you the alarm in the nation, how hard the cost of living is. But at the same time, those food items were supposed to have been given out according to the federal government. So why is NEMA still holding it? And so probably the reasons why Nigerians decide, okay, let's help them distribute it evenly. In that way. But not a very good way, not a good story, the fact that it was looted. But it's good that we didn't hear that the security agents started playing to the gallery, trying to shoot or tear gas people.
Yes.
So it meant that technically maybe it was meant for the people.
Yes, maybe it was. And then, of course, the situation is under control now, but let's just see how investigations are ongoing. You know what? Let's quickly go on a quick break, a very quick break. Global Morning. We'll be back shortly. Don't go anywhere. In. This is Global Morning, and we're back from that quick break, and we'll be joined by Otumba Bolaji Adigun. He is the Deputy Chief of Staff of the National Chairman, PCRC, that is the Police Community Relations committee, and he's joining us via Zoom. Let's talk about the looting that took place in the FCT at the NEMA office. Mr. Otumba, are you here?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Otumba. How are you doing today? Good morning. It's great to have you on the program. I am great. It's great to have you. Thank you for joining us on Global Morning. Now, let's talk about this looting that took place in the FCT.
Yes, please.
Let's talk about it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, repeat what you said.
Yes, good morning. I can hear you perfectly. I said, let us talk about the looting that took place in the FCT residents over the economic hardship in Nigeria. Do you think the NEMA office was open wide and residents decided to go to loot the warehouse?
Well, like I said, there's no smoke without fire. The organizations sometimes they don't act on time until when things are hard. For example, they said a hungry man is an angry man. You can't see food and you keep on keeping them or going on much protocol, paperwork, talking about this, planning, and people see it physically. With the present hunger in Nigeria, I will give you an example of when I was in Lagos. I wanted about 2-3 years ago, I wanted to buy newspaper along Obakran, and I brought out 1,000 naira. So, and somebody fling it out from me on Sunday morning. Fling it out from me and said, me, I never chop, you won't buy paper. And he crossed and he was buying moi and this thing. So I just laughed. So that shows that there's hunger in the country. So the government needs a lot of these ones that even happen is a child's play, because very soon they will be entering. Let me put it: the privileged ones and the less privileged ones will now be taken upon the privileged ones, which it means there could be coerced one way or the other, even from the market. Probably you'll be buying a trolley and somebody will just come and carry something from the trolley. Say, look, this person is buying 1 bag of rice, while I cannot buy this. So there will be a lot of confrontation. So I think the government needs to do something urgently on this issue of hunger. It's not justified, let me be sincere, but like we all know, an angry man and a hungry man is an angry man.
Okay, so let's look at the response of the security agents. Would you say they have to be given credit for the very professional way the event was handled, that there was no need for tear gassing of the residents or even shooting at them because of the looting of the NEMA office? And should the NEMA officials be held responsible for what played out?
Yeah, like you said, you see, one thing.
Hello, Mr. Otumba, are you there?
We can hear you. All right, I think we have some bit of network issues, so we hope Otumba would be joining us to help us. Let's get his take as regards what he feels was if the NEMA officials could be held liable for what played out, and also for the security agents, the way that event was handled. If would give them credit for ensuring that no lives were lost, or we didn't have any incident of stray bullets hitting any resident of the FCT. All right, while we're waiting for it, I think it's to be good for us to have some taste and texture, since we're talking about food eating.
Yes, of course. Up next on Global Morning is taste and texture. And Anthony, do not ask me what the recipe is. Okay. You just have to sit back
it's gonna be nice.
And watch for yourself. Taste and texture is up next.
Hello, and welcome to another episode on Taste and Texture. I'm Fatimi Abba Umar. Nigerian fisherman soup is a simple soup that hails from Akwa Ibom and Cross River State of Nigeria because they are surrounded by rivers winding through their towns and villages. The region is known to have an abundance of seafood. It is called efere in Yak of Efik. Nigerian fisherman soup is a straightforward meal prepared using various fish and other seafoods depending on the taste. You can make it with any type of fresh fish, even with the stronger flavored catfish, shrimp, sea snails, clams, periwinkles, or lobsters. Fisherman soup is prepared in a unique way among the Efik tribe. They often use cocoyam as a thickener, though cocoyam is other options with mild flavors work just as well. Each thickener adds its unique touch, giving the soup different tastes. Enjoy this recipe. Ingredients: 2 kg of fresh fish, 1 kg snail, 2 cups clams, 0.2 cup of periwinkles, half kg shrimp, 6 medium cocoyams taro, 1 teaspoon uziza seeds, false cubeb, 2 yellow habanero pepper chopped, 2 stock cubes, bitter leaf sliced, uziza leaf, false cubeb slice, 2 teaspoons red oil. Now to the procedure. Place the peeled, rinsed and chopped cocoyam in a pot. Add water and cook for 20 minutes until tender. Drain the puree in a blender until smooth. Put the snails in a pot with the stock cubes. Cover the water and cook for 20 minutes. Then add the fish, clams, sea snails, shrimp, and ground uziza, if required. Top off the water with simmer until fully cooked. Remove the fish from the saucepan and set aside. Add the cocoyam in a small chunk. Add the palm oil, yellow pepper, and bitter leaves. Season with salt to taste. Put the fish back in the pot. Stir, then cover and simmer. When the mixture becomes a slurry and is no longer soupy or stew-like, remove from heat. Serve with fufu aside. And now to the health benefits. Fish and shellfish provide omega-3 fatty acid that reduce inflammation and support immune system function. They also supply vitamin A, D, and B12, and minerals like zinc, selenium, and maintain resistant barriers with white blood cell activity. Spices like uziza seed contains antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory compounds that prevent infection. Other seasonings add antiviral and antiparasitic properties. Vegetables like okra contain antioxidants and fiber that regulate the gut microbiome's role in immunity. Prevent hyperthyroidism. Hyperthyroidism is a condition in which the thyroid gland does not produce enough hormones, and as a result, you feel tired, moody, and overweight. Fish soup treats and prevents hyperthyroidism, as the fish bone contains iodine, which can help the body release hormones, including thyroid hormones. In a nutshell, fisherman soup is a delicious and nutritious dish that many people enjoy. It has many health benefits and provides essential nutrients that your body needs. The soup is made with simple, fresh ingredients that can easily be found and prepared. That's all for now. See you same time next time for another interesting episode on Taste and Texture. I remain your host, Fatimi Abba Umar.
All right, welcome back from Taste and Texture. We're now rejoined by the Deputy Chief of Staff to the PCRC Chairman in the person of Otumba. Let's get his take as regards what played out over the weekend, where residents of the FCT looted the Neymar warehouse. Nice to have you join us back, Otumba. Okay, I think my producer says he's still not joined us yet. All right, we still have some other issues playing out. The federal government has also, in the course of the weekend, also threatened to sanction foreign airlines who do not release the low flight inventory. All right, that's in the aviation sector. Okay, Otumba has finally rejoined us. Otumba, thank you for making efforts to rejoin us back.
Yeah, thank you. The network was giving me a headache, but hey, devil is a liar.
All right, let's continue the conversation. So what's your take as regards how the security agents handled the looting of the Neymar house, and should we hold the NEMA officials, especially the storekeeper, responsible for the looting of that warehouse?
Yeah, well, you see, like I said, before anything happens in in-house, there must be there must be an insider. I can bet you some of the workers are not even always happy. It's like you are giving a turkey, fried turkey, to keep in a room, and you are hungry. The smell on its own will make you to taste one of the skin. So you can't give somebody something to keep, and while his own family is hungry. So there could be an inside information, something that is locked, and people and most of the dispatches are always done in the night. So where people are not aware, so there must be an information that has gone out. And like I said, this is the second time I'm experiencing this. The NEMA, they're always keeping something too long. Protocols are not supposed to be done when people are hungry. They've supplied, you should know where it's going before even coming into the store. And when you give this in, it gets a credit to the government than keeping it and start following protocol. This letter to this person, this one is looking for approval, this one is, and at the end of the day, half of them will go to the elites, while the poor will not get it. And that's why the poor always want to salvage themselves first. Before you know, you just see healers coming to pack 10, 20, 30, 40, and they go. Maybe, let example is 600. 250 will go to the elites, while only maybe 350 will go to the public, which it is the public that needs it. So you go to so many houses now, you only see them stocking food, while other people are hungry to even get a cup of rice to cook for their family. So this time now, we just need to be humble to ourselves and be kind to ourselves. Let us be open. When you are having anything, please share with your neighbor, because the suffering is getting much, so that we don't get to the era of hierarchy where people now will be broken into houses because of food. And I can't see somebody going to jail because I've gone to steal gari. Because I will tell the court, I'm hungry and I can see gari, I have to eat. I'm not taking for reserve, but I want the one that can salvage me, because I'm dying. My family are dying. There are some families now you've discovered they can't eat one meal in a day, while some people are having roasted food keeping in their houses. So NEMA needs to work on this, and they are the people that are supposed to be helping the poor. They are supposed to be the one that should be giving the government the report. The report mechanism should be from the grassroots. What is happening? See the way people are hungry. See the way people are rushing for food. Even look at the one that happens in Lagos, in the warehouse. So the same thing. So if you have anything within your neighbor, please share with your neighbor. Let your neighbor know who you are. Let the neighbor to tell the person by your side, I'm a poor person. This is not the time we need to hide.
Let's look at the issue of the statistics as regards this, now that the warehouse has been looted. Do you think NEMA will be able to give us statistics of how many bags or what product was looted? And if they can't, would you think it was done deliberately because someone is trying to cover up something?
My brother, like I said, there's no smoke without fire. If they really actually want to do it the way it's supposed to be done, this thing should have not come up. So NEMA is supposed to be held responsible. And I can bet you that there's a lot of things that might have gone wrong somewhere. And then be surprised. Like I said, the so-called big men might have been coming in the night to be loading. And the storekeeper too is a human being. Somebody cannot come and pick 100 bags of rice to pick up. And when I'm going home, you say 3 of us should go and share one bag. I won't tell you thank you.
Okay, we would like you to kindly adjust your camera, sir. Kindly adjust your camera.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. So these are the little things I can say. Because you see, number one, we need self-confidence to ourselves. And we need to be honest to ourselves. Otherwise, we shall continue cheating ourselves. The rich will continue getting rich, while the poor will continue getting poorer. But I can bet you the way Nigeria is going now, the poorer will want to be rich by all means. Because once they take loss into their hands, something is wrong somewhere. And they will not mind. Say, take me to anywhere. I'm not bothered. Because I have to satisfy myself. I cannot see somebody having extra while I don't have any at all.
Tumba, Adigun, thank you for your insight as regards what might have played out in the looting of the FCT Nema warehouse, which saw many residents cut away many food items from the warehouse. Juma, you've got any last words before we go for Global AM News?
No, basically, thank you so much, Otumba Bolaji Adigun, for being a part of the program this morning. Nothing really. I just hope investigations will be done and we'll have a data on how many grains of rice, of corn that disappeared. Basically.
Realistic. They cannot be. They were attached. You hear now that 1,000 or 10,000 stolen, whereas probably it's only going to be only about 300 because we can see how many people have been stopped from picking it up.
Sure. All right, thank you very much. Hopefully in the course of this breakfast show, we'll also might be having you join us in other conversation. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your morning.
Thank you.
All right, it's now time for us to go for a quick break. When we return from the break, it's going to be Global AM News, so you get updated with all the big stories making the rounds. Stay with us.